All right, we had a very hard northwest wind blow through yesterday, and whenever that's the case, it dumps the water out here in the southeast Louisiana marshes. Look at this. Look how far out that water is. Lots of mud bank exposed along this bayou here. But whenever that's the case, I like to target bayous that drain ponds. And there's a few in this area, so we're gonna go see if we can find any fish here. Water doesn't look the best. Tide super low, as I mentioned. It's also still falling. I don't know how that's even possible, but that should work in our favor. Let's go see what we can find. All right, I'm starting with a lure that I really like in this situation. It's a FishLab Flutter Nymph. I fish this a lot in the wintertime. I normally fish it Texas rigged, but not necessary. So little grass in the marsh this year, so I'm gonna go ahead and rig it on a 1/4 ounce death grip. So we're starting with, we might have to change if this doesn't produce for us. Now on the agenda today, speckled trout, redfish, and bass. And flounder. We'll take some of those. Water temp is 51 degrees, really chilly, but everything will bite in that water temp, so we'll take it. All right, this is one of the bayous I wanted to fish. It's not a very big bayou. It's got a little bit of depth. Today, probably have 5 or 6 feet in that bend, but it drains a pond. Yeah, water's so far out, it's only 2.7 feet right here. Crazy low water. These are the days, it might take you a little while to hunt for fish, because they're generally not spread out, but they'll be super stacked once you do find them. So look at all this activity on my depth finder. That tells you there's fish in here. And you can see from this pond, I don't know if you can see with the sun right there, but it is drained. Absolutely drained. Lots of dry land out there. So I love situations like this. Now, so far we haven't even gotten a sniff in this little bayou. That may be because this water's off. But we're gonna find some fish today. With this situation, I feel good about it. Just need to keep hopping. Oh, there was a bite. That was just a little subtle bite. But we just need to stay mobile, keep moving until we find them. That's how it is this time of year. Fish are very, very concentrated. Fish my way out of here with the Zimmer swimmer, give them something different to look at. This is candy bug color, which should show up a little better in this off water. Finding good water is especially important this time of year because it warms quicker. It takes dirty water a longer time to warm up, obviously, because it filters a lot of that sunlight, or blocks it, I guess. All right, we made a move. Unfortunately, the water's still the same clarity. We'll give it a little while. If we don't find something, we might have to make a big move in search of some better water. Man, there's lots on that graph. There's a pond at the backside of this bayou as well. So you know every fish that was in there has got to be in here. Just a matter of whether or not we can get them to bite with these conditions. Oh, there's a fish. What is that? Out in the middle of the bayou. Oh, he came off. He came off. Shoot. It's probably a speck, if I had to guess. See if there's another one there. It was a good hit. Oh, there's another one. Same general area. Well, hopefully we get to see him. That's almost feeling like a redfish. Yep, I'm thinking red. Yep, redfish, there we go. All right, super white redfish. It tells you how kind of off colored this water is. This fish isn't pretty at all, but I think he is 16 inches. Oh yeah, he's 17. That means he gets a boat ride to my hacienda. Well, that makes me wonder, was that previous fish or redfish? Didn't feel like it. See, water depth right here is 5.5 feet. Probably a little deeper up there. Oh, there's another one. All right, there's another one. Look at that. Definitely a red. Definitely a red. All right. Similar size. On the Flutter Nymph. Man, that is great to see. If you're a regular to my channel, you know that the redfish population in Louisiana hasn't been the best in recent years. But we started seeing these fish in the summer, and they were undersized then, but now they're legal. It's a bumper crop. It's from the 2021 spawn. These fish are all 2 years old, but based on their size, that's what they should be. Water temp in here is 50.7. Oh, there's another one. You know, and redfish are much more cold hardy than speckled trout, so 50 degrees is fine with them. It causes them to stack up. You can really load the boat. Like I was talking earlier, you just got to find them. And we have found them. All right. Another 17-incher. All rubber stamps. Oh, there we go, under the boat. That's the problem, I got right on top of them. I got 2 casts with no bite. I was jigging this one basically right under the boat. Oh, and he's foul hooked too. All right, we gotta back off just a hair. 17 inches. All right, kind of turn the boat around so we can work that area that the boat had kind of drifted over. Oh, there he is. Yep, right where the boat was. Wow. This is awesome. A lot of fun. That's why you come fishing on low water days. That's why. Like I said, you might have to make a bunch of casts to find the fish, but once you find them, they're gonna be stacked. Fish these bayous that drain ponds or shallow lakes, and you'll find the fish. Now, what makes this flutter nymph so good this time of year is it's kind of a subtle bait. It's a smaller bait as well, much smaller profile, which you want to fish in the winter. But these little tentacles or whatever they are just dance a ton. But it's not like the bait has just crazy action. It's more like subtle action, which is very, very good in the winter time. A bait with dramatic action this time of year, it just doesn't look natural. Nothing moves that fast in 50-degree water. Oh, look at it. He hit me on the way in. That's probably an 18, 19-incher. That's a better fish. Look at this guy. All right, the law says we may keep no more, so we're going to tag him and release him. Oh, there's another one. That was a good tick. Just a subtle tick, but it was a good one. Unmistakable. All right. How many redfish are down there? And they're all this size. Oh, I mean, I threw it in his mouth. He was on before I engaged the reel. So long, Holmes. Smell you later. All right, I'll take you through my setup. I've got a Akuma Hakai reel. Actually, this one's brand new. I just put it on this rod yesterday. Definitely very smooth. I got 30-pound braid. I've got 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. As I mentioned previously, I got a 1/4 ounce Deathgrip Jighead and this FishLab Flutter Nymph. Now, I'll tell you, this tournament concept is just such a great rod. I absolutely love it. It's medium powered. It's a 7-foot rod, but it's super, super sensitive. And you know, redfish are not really known for subtle strikes, but in 50-degree water, nothing really pounds the bait. And so really quality rods help you to detect those subtle strikes. No doubt about it, you catch more fish using quality equipment. I absolutely love this tournament concept. Oh, you know, if you see my videos, this is definitely my favorite rod. Use it all the time. Actually, I got a bunch of them. Man, he came up and jumped like a speckled trout. But alas, he is not a trout. He is a redfish. I think that might have been the smallest one. Probably would have been legal, although I didn't measure him. Oh, goodness. In all honesty, I could have felt that one with any rod. That was a really hard hit. I mean, they are just rubber stamps, all the same size. If we don't get any type of kills, we're gonna be catching these fish for a while, a lot of years. There's tons of them. Catch you next time. All right, I think we can pass over these fish without disturbing them too much. I'd like to get to where I'm not staring at the sun. Might kill our bite, but it's all right. We've caught a bunch of them. All right, there's all our fish. There they are. All right, that's a lot of fish. Right in a hole in this little bend here. Good Lord, look at that. Just a bunch of them. All right, let's see if we can still catch them. Yep, they're still there. No big deal. Ordinarily, I would never move the boat and change my angle. But when those fish are stacked up, they really have nowhere else to go. They're gonna stay there. And they're gonna bite. All right. That's a good one. That one might be 19 inches. Go ahead, big buddy. Thanks for the fight. Oh, goodness. Did not engage the reel and he was on. I mean, you saw how stacked they were along that drop off. It's a lot of fish. A lot of fish. All right. All right, big boy, see you later. This is just as good as it gets, obviously. Not possible to have much better fishing than this. Yep, I mean, that cast, it took like 20 seconds to get bit. That was a bad cast. So pretty. So pretty. Water's not perfect. Not even close. But still, it ain't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 spotter. Fat fish too. Really fat. Beautiful. Love these guys. It's his lucky day. Our flutter nymph is getting a little torn up, but it's holding its own. It's a little maintenance to it. Good as new. Well, maybe not as good as new, but good enough. I'll try and look up what color this flutter nymph is, but it's basically like a watermelon red. Oh, I missed him. There he is. Didn't miss him. Man, for being so docile in this 50-degree water, these fish are going crazy when they're fighting. Sorry to interrupt your day, but you're luckier than some of your brethren. Now, if you saw my recent video that I shot with Jared Serenay, you saw us cook out in the marsh. Really such a cool experience, had a blast. That day we caught catfish and cooked them actually up in the marsh. It's just a lot of fun. And you know I love to do catch and cooks. I release a lot of the fish I catch, you know that. But I always keep enough for dinner because I do love to eat fish and I love to cook it. So let me know if you'd like to see some catch and cooks in the marsh. Shout out to Jared for kind of exposing me to that, but it was awesome. So let me know if you think we ought to start doing those so you can kind of discover some new ways to cook fish. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a video. Mission accomplished. I found what I was looking for. Shout out to the Flutter Nymph. It definitely delivered today. And don't forget, this time of year when water levels are extremely low, after we get these northwest blows, do some map study at home and find bayous that drain ponds. Doesn't even have to be terribly deep bayous, although that doesn't hurt. The one we're fishing here, about 8 feet in these bends. But where we caught the fish was about 5 feet deep, right along a ledge wall. Hit enough of those this time of year, when the water's out like this, you're gonna find some fish, you just are. And when you do, they're gonna be stacked up and you're gonna catch a bunch of them, like we did today. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. You can do that by clicking that button right there. Also, here's 2 videos that YouTube thinks you'll like. Check those out. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.